Now, on your breakfast table, Donkey Kong brand cereal.
Crunchy berries are fun for breakfast. Donkey Kong cereal.
The sweet, crunchy corn taste will drive you ape.
You love the crunch. Donkey Kong cereal. Crunchy berries are fun for breakfast.
It's part of this complete breakfast.
Donkey Kong cereal. You love the crunch.
Good morning, everybody. You see, as I let off the microphone, when I unmute it, I always do this. I just go like it's magic, like something's gonna explode or something out of my microphone. I'm like, oh, if I touch the button, it's the red button. It's going to explode. It's going to happen. And I get really nervous, and I just kind of calmly and casually back away. So, how's everybody doing this morning? Welcome to Video Games and Tea, episode number 13 for July 21st, 2017. I'm Justin, by the way. I'll be taking you on this journey through video games and tea and some trailers that aren't video game related, but I just wanted to watch them with you guys because it's a big week this week. It's San Diego Comic-Con, and I wanted to share and, let's discuss some of these trailers that are dropping and everything. So, hope everybody's doing fantastic. Hey to Andrew. Hey to Moms for hanging out in the chat right now. I'm a little bit coffee this morning. Sorry, a little bit coffee this morning, and I look a little bit odd in the camera. I look like I've got a tan. I think maybe I increased the brightness a little bit too much. Oh, and I didn't even change my image here. It's not Video Games and Tea episode 11. It's episode 13. Get it right. Yeah, because I took yesterday off from doing Video Games and Tea, but it's because I was like, ooh, it would be perfect. 13th episode, doing it on Friday. It's not Friday the 13th, because that would have been amazing had I done the 13th episode on Friday the 13th. But it's, Friday for the 13th episode. So it kind of, has a little bit of a spooky vibe, in my opinion, for Video Games and Tea. So let me just add this. Yeah, it is because we fixed the white balance. I'm suddenly tan. I am suddenly tan. I haven't watched the Walking Dead Telltale trailer since it dropped in that 3-part summer 2017 update. So I can't remember what they said in that trailer at this point, since we watched it a couple of days ago. But that is cause for tearing up, Andrew. I'll be right there with you. Yeah. It's always sad when I think of Telltale's Walking Dead ending. But again, I think more and more I think about the Telltale's Walking Dead, the more and more I think that I really think that Skybound and Robert Kirkman and The Walking Dead, that as a property, I think they're just going to do their own thing. Because I posted a trailer reaction I did for Thief of Thieves. I went ahead and posted it to our Facebook. You can just go facebook.com/oldasscasuals, I believe, and search for it that way, or just go search Old Ass Casuals and you can pull up on Facebook. But when I went and posted that, and Facebook does this weird thing whenever you start to publish a video to Facebook, it automatically starts playing it. So I was watching a little bit of it, which is weird, watching a video of yourself reacting to a trailer. Trailer reactions sometimes are just funny to me in general because of the fact that you're just sitting there and you're reacting to a trailer, and people love to watch that, though. I enjoy watching them too sometimes, but people really, really dig the crap out of that. So whenever you're watching yourself watch a trailer and reacting to it, and you're reacting to the video of yourself watching the trailer and reacting to it, it's like a whole big deal. It's crazy. But as I was watching that, I'm thinking to myself, man, this Thief of Thieves game, is this like their testing ground for whether or not to bring The Walking Dead into the fold and do their own type of game instead of having Telltale, reap a lot of the money that they would gain? And like we talked about when we saw the announcements, 50 million copies sold. That's a lot of dough. And Robert Kirkman is like, dollar signs, I see more of them. Let's go grab some more of those. because AMC already gets a big amount of the dollars that The Walking Dead makes. Robert Kirkman obviously is not hurting for money or anything, but if it was like he had his own television production company and distribution company, he would make even more money. So imagine, if he wanted to take the Telltale's Walking Dead formula, bring it into the Skybound family, and develop and publish the games that way, they would just they would take 100% of the profits as opposed to splitting them with Telltale and whatnot. So, but I think it's pretty cool I think it's cool that they're ending the story. I'm okay with that. I like seeing endings in sight, and I did see a lot of the stuff that Robert Kirkman, the Q&A stuff that he was having on Twitter. I feel like I should what I've thought about doing today is doing Video Games and Tea, then hopping over to our other YouTube channel, Rantpocalypse, and just kind of going through all the news, like just doing a live show, but it was only for the Walking Dead stuff. So that way I could get all of my Walking Dead feelings and thoughts, and we could discuss it together over there on Rantpocalypse, because I think that there's so many good things. There's a lot of good stuff that he said in that Twitter Q&A, a lot of interesting things that have me very excited. Some of the stuff, again, I think is BS because it's Robert Kirkman speak, and he's a salesman at this point. He's learned the game. He has learned how to sell The Walking Dead to the masses and get people hyped about stuff that maybe doesn't deliver as promised sometimes, but everybody should do that. I mean, if you're not 100% committed to your product, you're probably not going to be able to sell it to others. So whenever the actors and the directors and writers and showrunners and everything, when they're selling you The Walking Dead, it's because they really believe in it. So, he said Rick will not survive to the end of The Walking Dead. You saw the Clem thing, and someone asked if Fear could cross over, and he doesn't say no to it. It's happening. It's happening. Yeah. Andrew, let's do this. And I've got to figure. I need to do something real quick with Rantpocalypse, so that way I can get the chat to pull up whenever I do this Q&A. Because I would love to have the chat pull up on the screen like it does for the Old Ass Casuals and for Video Games and Tea and everything. Let's talk about that here in a little bit, because I do want to discuss a lot of those things. So let's hold off for now on The Walking Dead, because there's a lot to discuss on it, and I really want to just talk about all Walking Dead things, because there's so many news stories. I need to go collect them and pull them up real quick, so that way I can discuss them, and then we can discuss them in the chat too. But he did have a lot of really great things to say. So this tea's good this morning. Tea's really good this morning. And just in case anybody wants to watch these things, over on our YouTube channel, Rantpocalypse, we will have my mom's and I's trailer reactions to Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead here in a little bit. And I don't want to feel you. Come on now, Andrew. We know who the real deal is. We know it's Alicia all the way. I would take, more or less right now, I could go to the 100 TV show and I could pick out 3 or 4 chicks that I would take before Ophelia on Fear the Walking Dead. So if it came down to it, and we had a one-on-one face-off, and you beat me, it was a battle to the almost death. I don't want to die over Alicia. I don't know if she's quite worth dying over. Gal Gadot, maybe. I could see a battle to the death for Wonder Woman. I could see a battle to the death for that. I don't know about Alicia. She's a battle to the almost death, pretty close death. So, yeah, the 100. I was watching that last night. Man, the 100 chicks on fire. In fuego is what those 100 chicks are. I don't want that new girl on the promo. Man, come on now. She is a little bit old for me, I think. Maybe not. Or she just looks older in that picture. Please, God, girl in the promo, don't look at this video ever, because then I would feel really bad if you did. Yes, Rantpocalypse on YouTube. So, Rantpocalypse on YouTube. All right, so let's get into the nerdy video game news, which I don't really think it's nerdy. I don't even know why I say that, because it's not nerdy. It's just cool. It's just the cool news. And then yeah, I'll jump over to Rantpocalypse and kind of talk a little bit more Comic-Con in general. And I think I may do that over the weekend as well. I know I'm going to go to a movie early Saturday morning to go see Planet of the Apes finally. And but then I'm thinking, like, once all the big news hits, I think Rantpocalypse will be a good spot to go discuss all of, like, the Comic-Con news and whatnot, because there's so many good things. Even though I don't know, I like doing video games and tea and discussing all those things here. I don't know, it's my show, right? I can do whatever the hell I want. So if I want to talk Walking Dead and stuff, the only problem is naming the titles of the videos, because then if I do a separate live stream, maybe I can do that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Between now and a few minutes after I finish this Video Games and Tea, episode number 13. But I did want to start out with a trailer. It's not video game related, but it's a sci-fi thing, and I think it's a really interesting trailer. It's for the movie Bright, and I don't even know if it's interesting because of the movie itself, or it's interesting because of the fact that this is Netflix's first big blockbuster. I get that Okja, however you pronounce that movie's name, I never really actually heard it pronounced, I don't think. But the movie with Tilda Swinton, Jake Gyllenhaal, that very cute and cuddly hippopotamus, and all that stuff. I haven't watched it yet. I've heard it's really good. But that wasn't exactly a blockbuster. That was still an indie movie. And apparently Bright is like Netflix's first summer blockbuster that is going to, rival Transformers, Spider-Man, all those different things. So I wanted to watch with you guys. I want to check it out. Will Smith, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I heard it looks cool. So, and Steven Yeun's in this. Didn't know that. Even better. All right, so let me turn it over here. Let me get it on so that way you can actually see stuff. See a little stuff bigger. By the way, Lucille is awesome. That's right. Lucille's not really that awesome, though. Fuck Lucille, because he killed Steven Yeun. All right, so let's get into this trailer. Let's watch this. Let's see what's happening. See what's happening on this show. Move that over here. There we go. Oh, yes, Steven. Oh, okay, yeah, Steven Yeun's in Okja. I was like, is he in Bright? I was like, damn, that dude is working hard these days. If he's in Okja, Bright, he's got that other new movie that's coming out later this fall, like Violence, or what is it called? It feels like it's some like one-word title, and it's like, death, violence, murder, mayhem. I think that's it. I had to like do the name game where I went down the line and played all the terrible destructive names. Yeah, I think it's called Mayhem. I'm really stoked to see that later this year. I'm glad for my boy Steven Yeun getting some major acting roles, because I think he's great, and yeah, I just want to see more Steven Yeun in big stuff. So, all right, let's check this trailer out, you guys. Let's see what's happening in Bright. Let's see if it's good. I hope it's good. I want Netflix to be a challenger to the typical theater structure and model, because I get really damn pissed off with all these lazy ass movies that come out in the big theaters and they suck, and they charge your ass, like, in the city I live in, upwards of $18.50 to $22 for a damn movie ticket. That's bullshit. It's robbery, because then you go to get a damn Coke or a Sprite, and that is like $8 in itself. Then you get a candy bar that's $5.50. Get the fuck out of here. Come on now. And if Bright and this stuff is good, I can sit at my home on my own couch in my PJs or underwear, whatever the hell I want to wear, and watch a damn good movie. So you better watch out, theater model, because Netflix is coming to get your ass. So yeah, you're right. Death Note does look really cool. I'm actually excited for Death Note. It's gotten a lot of hate, but the dude that's directing it, I can't remember his name right now. I usually would know it. He's the same guy that did VHS. He did You're Next. He did The Guest. and he directed the pilot of Outcast, which to this day is probably the best episode of Outcast because that show was kind of booty butts. So yeah, carry all that stuff in your purse. That's true. That's true. That's very true. We try to do that, but my girlfriend carries little purses. She needs to get a bigger purse. So, all right, let's check this trailer out. Oh shit, that's Jay Hernandez, I think.
Why is there a fair in the Berkshire area?
What the?
Good afternoon, officer. Fairy lives don't matter today.
What the?
That's it right there. Now take the little homie out LAPD style like you do.
Oh,
you know, you keep
what
doing
the
all your
hell?
gangster stuff. I'm just trying to sell my house. Don't worry about that. Everybody's just trying to get along and have a good life. All of the races are different. Just because they're different doesn't mean anybody's better or worse than anybody.
Hey, where's the diversity hire?
I got a dude in my car. I didn't ask for it, but the whole world is watching.
What? Okay.
Elvin.
Like me. Man, I'm not out here to
Orcs.
be your friend. I need to know if shit pop off that you got my back.
Can't hide it, Wood. Humans have physical tells.
Like the face.
What's my face?
The human who needs a lot more conjugal love type face.
Do not wink at me like that.
Oh my god.
Requesting assistance.
3 Adam 9, show us en route.
Oh, David Ayer directed this?
We are the cavalry.
What is it?
Damn.
That's a magic wand.
I was about to say that's 11. That looked like 11 right there. Oh man, they're bringing this out like
A nuclear weapon.
wintertime too.
That's whatever you want. You want to be taller or shorter? You want $10 million?
You're not stealing that wine.
Love that dude.
You gotta get out of this neighborhood. They're gonna kill you, then me. And that's when the stupid shit's gonna start.
The magic wand. We have to secure it.
I'm not feeling this music in the whole trailer though.
They're gonna keep coming. Let's do it.
That's Joel Edgerton. Jeez, I didn't even know that. I knew his voice sounded familiar.
We might be in a prophecy.
We're not in a prophecy. We're in a stolen Toyota Corolla.
Bright the album coming soon. All right, well, that was interesting. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, I think it looked very cool. I thought it was a really nice trailer. It showed us a lot. Humans, orcs, elves, everybody is trying to get along. Get ready for the world of Bright, a new Netflix original film starring Will Smith and Joel Edgerton, coming to Netflix. Huh, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I love Will Smith, and it's about time that Will Smith is in a good movie. Most of the time, the movies he's been in lately have been kind of butts, not very great. Yeah, I don't know. That's one of those movies that teeters the line of this could be great or this could be atrocious. There's no middle ground typically with these movies, or it's so bad that you like it type of movie. But I felt like it looked good. The special effects I thought were really nice. I thought they did a nice job with that. The fact that Joel Edgerton is an orc, didn't recognize him one bit. The voice sounded very familiar, but I couldn't quite place it. So that means I think that the costumes, the makeup, and all that I think are fantastic. I don't know who that little girl was that had the magical wand, but she looked cool as hell. She looked like an elf for sure. I like the music at the first part of the trailer, where it had like, you know, it was like the beats and everything. But then as it progressed into that kind of sappy song with beats, didn't really do it for me as much anymore. Like, I don't know, like I like whenever you see a trailer and they can mix genres of music up together. They kind of just had like a hip hop whole like music montage playing the whole time, and I'm not really, that's fine, but I felt like with all that action that was going down, that maybe they should have went with something like a little bit harder, like a harder, faster beat, as opposed to like progressing into that like slower, like it was obviously the music was meant to illustrate and portray that shit's going down and people are gonna die. Oh no, people are dying, orcs are dying, elves are dying, but I don't know, I just didn't dig it as much. So Lucy Fry, is that her name? That's the name of the little girl. Oh man, Cyberpunk 2077. That's gonna be a good one. That is gonna be a good one. All right, so we're gonna get more up in this news. There's quite a few things out. One thing that I wanted to talk about real quickly is there's a new game on the Xbox One. I know this channel seems like it's merely devoted to the PS4, and it sort of is. The Xbox One gets put on the back burner a lot of times. But I will say, before I get into this, okay, now I've got to look this chick up. Lucy Fry. She looked like a little girl in the trailer. Oh, shit. This is the chick from Vampire Academy. Damn, I knew she looked hot for a reason. I knew it. Well, I didn't want to, you know. Okay, this is how it is for guys. Let me lay this out there for you, because if we go off and be like, you know, and we're like drooling over some chick and she turns out to be like 15 or 14, because these damn girls these days, you can't tell. They put their makeups on and they walk out of the house and they look like a grown ass woman, and instead they're a little kid. They're a little kid. And so I didn't want to, you know, be like, man, that chick in the trailer, that chick with the wand, damn, she was fine. But she was fine as hell. And now it's, you know, it's for a reason, because I mean, look at this. Yeah, Lucy Fry, and of course she's Australian. Is she? Yeah, she's from Brisbane. All they do is, Brisbane is like just, all they do is have hot women in Brisbane, Australia. I mean, that's all they do in Australia. So, oh, and looky Lou. Joel Edgerton and Lucy Fry arrived at Conan O'Brien's show. You're damn right he did. You're damn right he did. Because he was like, man, this new girl in this Bright movie, whoo, boy, she is fine. And yeah, she is gorgeous. She is absolutely stunningly gorgeous. Yeah, and Vampire Academy. Wolf Creek and Vampire Academy together is Vampire Creek. But hey, what's going on, Death? Yeah, no, she is a lovely young lady. Yes, Bright. I will be seeing it now. That is most definite. Today, December 22nd. I will be watching you on my TV. I'll be watching you on my TV. That's for sure. Okay, so back to the news. Gigantic is a new game. It's for free. It's free on your Xbox One right now. You can go to your Xbox, download it, and play it right now for free. I haven't played this game yet. It looks really pretty. The visual style is really neat. I like it a lot. It's got like that cartoonish vibe and everything going for it, similar to Overwatch, similar to Paladins. You see right here on the Gigantic official game channel that you know, one of the related channels is Paladins by Hi-Res Studios out of Atlanta, Georgia. Same studio that did Smite. And I haven't checked a whole lot of this out, and I wanted to share it with you guys because, like I said, it's out right now on the Xbox One store, so you can go pick it up. Let's check it out. Gigantic. This is the official launch trailer. So let's watch together. I do love the world that they built in this game. So pretty.
Follow me if you can.
Welcome, creature.
What's up?
Does everybody have the skies ahead thing now?
Don't stop the party without me!
Yeah, these graphics look great.
Let's show them how it's done!
Boy, what is that big thing? That thing's awesome.
All shall burn.
Kill shot.
Damn, that was sweet.
Attack now!
Hey, it's Hanzo. It's Hanzo right there at the end. It's Hanzo. Yeah, play free now, gigantic. Okay, yeah, let's get the obvious comparisons out the way to Overwatch. And I don't understand this whole, like, what is it with these games where it's got the whole, like, the character, like the Pharah, I think is the one in Overwatch where, you know, rain justice from above. I think that's what she says, and I believe it's Pharah. And I feel like that this gigantic makes the third game that is using that same saying, which is really weird, same catchphrase. I don't know why these companies continue to do it. I don't know if it's like their inside joke of like that they love the shit out of Overwatch, so they've got this inside joke of kind of like a hint nod to Overwatch and like obvious comparisons that are going to be made. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird, but the thing about this game, the thing about Gigantic, it's not really an Overwatch clone. I know a lot of people, when they see the visual style, they're going to immediately say, oh, it's just trying to be Overwatch. No, honestly, it's more like it's trying to be Paladins. According to what Gigantic says, it's a 5v5 strategic battle, and it looks more like a MOBA to me. I don't know if it is. I haven't looked that deep into this game, but Paladins is more in the MOBA style, and it sucked for Paladins because Paladins got immediate comparisons to Overwatch, and it kind of sunk that a little bit. But it was just because they had very similar characters, like extremely similar characters to Overwatch. But you know, Paladins was more along the line of like a MOBA as opposed to like a first-person shooter style. So I think this Gigantic looks really cool. I would be excited to play it. Again, it's on League of Legends or Heroes of the Storm. Definitely, I think that's an apt comparison right there, Andrew. But this one looks really cool. I love the characters that they've created in this game. I think they look really neat. Their special moves are very interesting and cool looking. So I have no reason not to go check this out on Xbox One. Again, it's free right now, so go check it out. Gigantic, looks really cool. Congrats to the studio that created this and everything. I don't know who the studio is that created it. I feel bad for not knowing that. Is it in the trailer? Like if you watch it, no, it doesn't tell you who created it. I want to give them credit. I want to give them credit for, you know. Got a 7 out of 10 on Steam, 4.3 out of 5 on Microsoft. The developer is Motiga, I don't know. Multiplayer online battle arena games in the same vein as Battleborn, another game that like got sunk by Overwatch, but technically wasn't like Overwatch. Hey, what's going on, Dahlia75? Hope you're doing good this morning. But it does look really neat. So, will you be able to play Destiny 2 today? Oh man, I wish she was. I wish she was able to play Destiny 2, but unfortunately, I don't think that she's going to be able to. We're going to do the trailer reactions together, though, later on today on Rantpocalypse. But my mom's too cool. You know, she has all these events and functions that she has to go to. You know, leave her poor son alone to play Destiny 2 by himself. Some other really cool things in the news. Flash sale. Back to PS4. Back to home. On the PlayStation Store right now for PS4, PS3, Vita, etc., etc. There's an awesome flash sale going on. You can get some cheap ass games, and that's great for, you know, us cheap ass people like myself. There's actually some really good games on here in my opinion. Terraria for the PS4, older game, yes, but it's only $3.99. That's a great buy. Batman Return to Arkham, I'm picking this up because this is a fantastic deal on the remasters of Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City for $16. Hell yes, sign me up. I think that's a fantastic price for those games. I've been watching Batman the Animated Series, and like I really want to jump into a sweet Batman game. I want to get into the Telltale one, but I also want to jump back into the Arkham game. So yeah, I'm glad that she's gonna at least be able to watch the trailers. But yeah, she's super busy today. But luckily, whoops, that's got to be pretty loud. Luckily, she's gonna watch the trailers with me later today. Some other cheap games, yeah. Mirror's Edge Catalyst is $9.99. I think the biggest steal of a deal, and it is a game that I absolutely love. It is the Order 1886. I will sing the praises for this game until the cows come home, because I think this game is freaking amazing. I'm just going to put a birth date on here because maybe it'll let us see this trailer. Will it let us see the trailer from here? Because if you haven't played this game, oh, you bought the Order? Good job. Because the Order 1886, I don't care what the haters say, it was a short-ass game, no doubt about it. But it was a awesome game. I loved the story. I loved the characters. I thought it was so freaking good. And then they just, you know, all the outlets kind of ruined they sealed its fate. But look at this game. Look how beautiful this is. This game came out like 3 years ago. That's true. That's true too, Andrew. It is easy. It's easy to beat. There were some parts that were a little bit, you know, a little bit difficult. I just love the story though, man. Oh, so good. I love the setting.
Let's eliminate these godless rebels once and for all.
These godless rebels once and for all.
I need you to provide cover.
I'm going back to play it. I'm doing it.
We really believe the rebels are collaborating with the
And it left you with that engine. Oh.
We're converging.
Not gonna ruin it, but
We need to unravel this without arousing suspicion. Incoming.
oh yeah, the guns that you got in this game were sweet too. Like, Ready at Dawn, you fucking killed. You deserve to get a sequel out of this game.
Did you?
Right, where are you going?
To finish what we started.
This is no time for vengeance. Come to your senses.
Dare I say, one of the best games on the PlayStation. I dare say so. Mark it down. Take a picture. Write it. Do all those things. Order 1886, one of the best games for the PS4. Bam! That gun is sweet. Shoddy. I think that was a shoddy to the D.
Sir Galahad, this matter is not yet over. Of that you can be sure.
Well, I don't consider The Last of Us for PS4. I get that it's, you know, The Last of Us remastered edition for sure, and that's a great game. But as far as original games that are exclusive to the PlayStation 4, the Order 1886, you know, because The Last of Us is a PS3 game. So, but $4.99, you can't beat that. That is an amazing game for $4.99. It's like getting Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor a couple weeks ago for $3.99. Like, these are insane deals. So I would highly suggest going to pick up. Oh yeah, Uncharted 4. I mean, I haven't played it, but I know Kelly has beaten it, and yeah, it's not better than Uncharted 4. I just said one of the best, not the best. There's no doubt that there's no way it's the best. I mean, there's a bunch of other games better than the Order 1886. That's for sure. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of other games better, but for $4.99, you can't really beat that. You can't beat that. So, all right. So moving on, we got some other news stories in the news. I think this is a really interesting one. The Nintendo has filed a European trademark for the N64 controller. I think this is interesting for a multitude of reasons. The majority of those reasons being that we are most likely going to get a Nintendo 64 Classic Mini in the very near future, only to be bought by tons of eBay people and then sold back to us for like 15,000 times the original retail price for the Nintendo 64 Classic Mini. But I think this is really cool. So basically, Nintendo, yeah, they filed this trademark patent or application in the EU, and yeah, I mean, this is obviously looks like a Nintendo 64 controller. So they're not gonna bring back the N64 controller for the Switch. That wouldn't make any sense. That one freaking analog stick. When you go to 2 analog sticks, there's no going back to 1. It just is not happening. It's a pain in the boot to go back to 1. It's crazy how terrible having 1 analog stick is. Because I went back and played my Nintendo 64 like a couple years ago, and it's still great for Mario Kart. It's still, for certain games, it still works wonders. But for first-person shooters, dear God, is it terrible. I mean, it's so bad. But I think it is really cool. Oh, got a commercial coming in. Get out of here, Sysnistex. Why do they make medicine like that has like the hardest words to say? Yeah, no. I can't get it to go away. Okay, well, what's gonna get it to go away, Game Informer? Don't be doing that, Game Informer.
Moderate to severe.
Don't make us have advertisements. Oh, I guess it's only whenever I scroll into the advertisements. You watch. I click over it and it starts playing. Damn, that's kind of ingenious though. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty smart of them. God, if they made it for the Switch, I would punch them in their face. That's what I would do right now. I would walk over to Reggie Fils, May, whatever his name is, just right there, just a sock in the jaw, because don't do that. Don't make a freaking N64 controller for the Switch. You got the Pro controllers. They're already expensive as it is. I really want one, but they are pricey, super pricey. But yeah, I think this is really cool. So moving on to some other news. I know that this is some news that'll make some people very excited. Guardians of the Galaxy Episode 3 is coming next month. The title is going to be More Than a Feeling. But it's actually Hooked on a Feeling, right? So I don't know why they went with More Than a Feeling, but maybe if they did Hooked on a Feeling, they would have gotten in trouble or something. I don't know, because they typically get the music license for for those games. So yeah, it's coming out. Is it August 22nd? Yeah, August 22nd. So in August for Telltale, you've got Batman, The Enemy Within, Episode 1, and you've got Guardians of the Galaxy Episode 3, August 22nd. So that's pretty sweet. I need to go back and play these games, but as far as the Guardians ones, I'm just waiting. I'm tired of doing my normal song and dance of where I pick up the first couple of episodes and I play them, and then like more of them come out and I just forget to go back to them. Nope, I'm waiting on you, Guardians, because I do love the Guardians of the Galaxy as a franchise, as a property. I think that they're very interesting. I think they got great characters. Thanos is the shit. I mean, when we did a trailer reaction and it had Thanos at the very end of that trailer, oh my god, I went nuts. I love Thanos. I think he's one of the better villains in the Marvel universe. So, oh, More Than a Feeling is a song from Boston? Dang. Well, you should know. You should know, because you play all those songs in the morning. Well, why would... Okay, so is there Hooked on a Feeling and then More Than a Feeling? Come on now. Did you guys really do that back in the day? I mean, is that true? Is that true? Hooked on a Feeling. Yeah, that's blue suede. Come on now, Boston and blue suede. That's too difficult. That's too much. That is too much. Too much going on right there. That's crazy. All right, so some other news that we got going on back in the day. I mean, hey, what's going on, Mordor Menace? Hope your day's going all right. We're just getting into some news for Friday, July 21st, for Video Games and Tea. That's just confusing as hell. They didn't do a good job on the namings of those right there. So I don't know if they showed footage or not. Like it said, because this obviously this premiered at Marvel Games San Diego Comic-Con. It just said the details on the episode are very slim. It looks like things are going to start getting very heated between the team members, showing footage of Gamora and Quill slapping each other. So I would love that if they released a Clementine collection for $50 with all the games, her hat, and concept art. That would be pretty sweet. Kelly's already got the hat. She's had the hat for a long time now. She picked it up at one of the Walker Stalker cons. It is a sweet ass hat. I do love it. And the Clementine and Lee figures for McFarlane are those are two of my favorites. Like I really wish they would do more of the figures from the video games as opposed to always just doing the ones from the comics and obviously the TV shows as well. I want more Telltale Games Walking Dead figures. Like I want a Kenny. I want a Carver. Like I want a Carver. I think Carver's a badass villain. I think he's one of the better villains, even though he didn't last very long. I think that would be really cool. Get a hobby one as well. So I think that would be great if they were to do that. And maybe they'll announce that during Comic-Con this week or something, because they haven't got to the big announcements as far as I know. I know they announced all the Skybound stuff that they have, but which they typically, I don't know if they announce new stuff for Skybound. They usually announce the toys that they're going to be selling at Comic-Con beforehand, which they've got a Saga one. They've got that Shiva Forces, which is really badass, but it's super expensive. It's like $100, which is $25 a figure. That's their standard rate for their Comic-Con figures, but I don't know. I just don't know if I can plunk down $100. So, yeah, no, I've got the Clem figure. I love that Clem figure. So, it is fantastic. Hey, don't you be spoiling shit for me. Hobby, may he rest in peace. I will sock you. I will sock you in the face. Whatever. If Hobby dies, I'm gonna hunt you down. I will hunt you down. Even though I did spoil the Red Wedding. I did spoil that for you, which I've apologized for years now. You know, years I've kept apologizing for that. So I think this is really cool. Here is Skyrim on the Nintendo Switch. Oh, I knew you were messing with me. I knew you were. I knew you were sneaky. I knew you were sneaky. Yeah, so Skyrim, it's playable right now at San Diego Comic-Con for the Nintendo Switch. I just wanted to play this for a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole video or not. Yeah, because it's 6 minutes and 45 seconds. I doubt it. Everyone? Thanks. But I just wanted to show you guys this because I think it's really cool, and it's kind of controversial because Skyrim's an old-ass game, and it's been made for every console under the sun at this point. But I still, for me, I like the idea of Skyrim being able to be played on the Switch. I don't know if I'll pick it up ever because I've got the greatest role-playing game for the Switch right now, and that is Zelda Breath of the Wild, and not me personally, because I'm not like a hardcore gamer where I sit down and I play for like 13 hours in a row on a game. I can typically do sessions of probably 4 hours at this point is kind of my max sometimes for like in one sitting. But I'll be playing Breath of the Wild for a long ass time to come, and it is fantastic. But I do like, for people that have never played Skyrim, or just people that want to go back in that world and play Skyrim on their toilet, or on the plane, or in the cab ride, or just wherever they want, like sitting in line. You know, if you've got a Nintendo Switch and you take that thing to like San Diego Comic-Con or any of these other big conventions, it's so cool because all you do, if you get a friend with you, you just pop off those Joy-Cons and you're playing Mario Kart against each other. It's the greatest. I absolutely love it so much. So I wanted to show you guys this really quick. Skyrim on the Switch. And this is this guy's first impressions and new gameplay.
Thanks for clicking on the video, and today we're checking out Skyrim on the Nintendo
you funny
Switch
Andrew.
in handheld
You funny
mode,
Andrew.
which is ridiculously cool because I honestly did not expect to play this game anytime soon. I got invited to the preview event at Comic-Con alongside a bunch of other
great.
influencers and other media.
The battery
outlets and all
life
that
is
stuff,
not
but
good.
This is now completely
I
open
will
to
say
the
that.
public as of today.
It's
so if
it
you're
ranges.
in San Diego, if you're going
You
to
can
Comic-Con,
probably get about
definitely go
3
check
to
out
4
Nintendo's
hours of
event that they're
solid
holding.
Breath of the
They have a
Wild
bunch of
gameplay
games to play,
before
and
it's
this was
about
one
to
of
die.
them. Now, this was
Probably
actually one of the few
probably
games
3 hours
that they
of
weren't
Breath
letting
of the
people
Wild
direct
gameplay.
capture, which is
What's
why
happening, Cran the
I
Man? It's
kind
been
of
a while
use
since I've seen you.
shady
Hope you're doing
looking
fantastic.
Off-screen capture, and I'm sorry about the quality of the video. The game actually does look absolutely gorgeous running in handheld mode, and the frame rate is pretty steady actually. I mean,
10-second load time
and a lot of Bethesda games out there have been
That's pretty long,
pretty sort of buggy, but you know, this game has gone through a lot of revisions and it has been pretty well optimized, I think, to run on the Switch. Now, I know it's a little bit of an older game, but I definitely still think it's worth
N64
picking up
Mini
on the Switch, not just because they threw in all three of
I
the
would probably
previous
want it to, even though I
DLCs
already
for
own a
free,
Nintendo 64,
because
but
of the
depends on the
portability
games that
factor of the Switch.
they put out there
Because
with
you have
it.
Skyrim on the go, you have Skyrim on a Nintendo console, Skyrim
I
with
love this.
Amiibo support, and you also have Skyrim with apparently Legend of Zelda armor. You get to run around and pretend you're Link in a mythical fantasy world, which is something that I'm guessing a lot of Elder Scrolls fans, including myself, have wanted to do.
Yeah, I don't really care about hearing his voice because I just like looking at the footage right now. Oh, you want me to turn up the volume? But before I turn the volume back up, I wanted to ask you guys, what Nintendo 64 games, if they were to do the classic mini, what games would you want on there? Like, you don't have to give me a list of games, but like, what would your number one game that you would want to be on there, or 2 games? If you get 2 games that you would automatically want to be put on there, then feel free. I think for me personally, I would want to go with I already talked about GoldenEye and how terrible it is to play GoldenEye with the one analog stick. So I don't know if I really care about having GoldenEye on there. For nostalgia purposes, that's cool. Star Fox 64, great choice. That game was phenomenal. I love me some Star Fox 64. That's really the only Star Fox game I've ever played in my life. And that was, to me, a perfect introduction to the Star Fox universe because I thought it was just that damn good. I loved everything about it, the quirky characters, like the battles that you had, and you're just flying around and stuff. Yeah, that one was great. That's a good choice. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of really good games. The ones that I have, like Shadows of the Empire, I think that's what it's called, that old Star Wars game with like Raider. I think his name was Radar, something like that. Yeah, I can't pronounce it. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Those would be 2 that I would really want on there because I never played those for the N64. I typically for the N64 because I really just got it for Mario. That was like the only reason why I got that N64 was just to play Super Mario 64 and to collect all those stars. I think it was like 120 stars, but there might have even been like a secret, very, very secret hidden one I think somebody just found like years ago or maybe months ago. I would love Mario 64 on it, but the 2 Zelda games, I would love to go relive those games because I've never played them. I think that would be fantastic. I wish I could get them on my Switch. That's really what I want. I'm kind of tired of them making like these classic minis. I just wish they would put these games on the Switch. But 16-second load into a dungeon. That's a long ass loading time. That's rough. That's very rough. Sunshine came out on the GameCube. So yeah, the only one that came out I think for the N64 was Super Mario 64, because the N64 didn't last all that long. Like as far as its console life cycle before they brought the GameCube out. So, yeah, F-Zero, that's another good one. Perfect Dark, that's a good one. So like if you look at Nintendo 64 launch, I think it came out in 96. Yeah, June 23rd, 1996. Nintendo GameCube. That was like, was it 2000? Oh, 2001. Okay, well, I mean, still that's 5 years. That's a 5-year time difference. Yeah, it came out in Japan in September 14th, North America on November 18th. Jeez, Europe didn't get that thing till May 3rd, 2002. Australia didn't get it till May 17th. That is rough, man. Come on now. That is atrocious release schedule. Good God, man. If you were in Europe or Australia, you got the shaft. Like, basically, by the time you got the GameCube, it was almost over with. It was like party over with, GameCube console over, because it didn't sell that well. That's rough. Ooh, Mario RPG, good choice, because I've never played that one either. And those are the games that I would pick up a mini for. Like the whole SNES having that Star Fox 2 game that was never released, that's a reason for me to pick up a mini, because you can't get that game. So maybe there's some like N64 unreleased games that would be really cool. Unreleased games. Yeah, I went from N64 to well, I had a PS2 at the same time I had my N64, and I typically majority of the time I played my PS2. But those exclusives like Nintendo first party games, had to get them. I love those. Like was it Wave Race 64? Oh my God, or is it Wave Runner? I can never remember if it's Wave Runner or Wave Race. So. Oh man, Die Hard 64, that would be sweet, but that'll never happen. It's got to be... Yeah, okay, do you guys remember this game? Eternal Darkness? Did it come out? Oh yeah, it did come out. So this could be another cool one that... yeah, they do need to make more though. They need to stop that business of not making like tons and tons of games. Tell me if any of you guys remember this.
Step back in time into the darkness.
Ooh, these trailers look atrocious.
Darkness for Nintendo 64. An ancient cathedral hides unspeakable evil. A mystery waits to be unraveled. Lives have been lost. More will be taken. Will the next be yours? Eternal Darkness for your Nintendo 64. Welcome to your darkest world.
Is that a real trailer? Is that real? Or is that like that company's... Oh, Unseen 64, an archive for beta and canceled games. So did Eternal Darkness... It came out though. Eternal Darkness came out. Doom 64, that's another good one. Yeah, I mean, that game looked pretty cool, actually. Did it... No, that came out. I know it came out. Had to have came out. Yeah, release. Okay. Sanity's Requiem. Psychological horror. Oh, wait. No, that's... Maybe it did. Did it not come out? Was it canceled? Wow. I can't figure it out, guys. It says Nintendo 64 canceled. Oh yeah, okay. For the Nintendo 64 that seemed to be able to bring new life to the survival horror, creating the first psychological thriller. However, it was later ported to the GameCube. Nah, this thing got released. It got released. I remember it. Okay, moving on past that. Getting off in the weeds. Getting off in the weeds, that's for sure. But I will say that to wrap it up, I think I would be very excited for a Nintendo 64 Mini. It's just gonna have to have the right games. That's the thing. It's gonna have to have those write games for it that is a part of like the 20 or so titles that they put on it. And getting back to Skyrim on the Switch, I think it's fantastic. I love the fact that this is coming out on Nintendo Switch. I think it's great. It's going to be, people are going to buy this big time on the Nintendo Switch because people want games to play. They want good games to play, and they want to play them on the toilet. And Switch Skyrim on your toilet is fantastic. So the last news story I got for you guys: the top 10 best-selling games in the U.S. during June 2017. You're right, Cran. The box art definitely did look like it was GameCube. That's for sure. So this is an interesting list. I love looking at this kind of stuff. I think it's fun to see the competition amongst games to vie for our dollars every month, you know, and which games are a part of that top 10. That's obviously a very big deal. And so this is the top 10 for games, all platforms. So for June, we have Tekken 7 is number 1, Injustice 2 number 2, Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5, people. That game is still number 3. Who doesn't own that freaking game by now? For real. Who doesn't own it? It's insane to me that it's still like one of the top selling games so many years later. Grand Theft Auto 5 came out for the PS3 and the Xbox 360. That's how old that game is. Like let's just go down memory lane here for a second. Memory lane tells us that Grand Theft Auto 5 came out on September 17th, 2013. Man, Steam is harsh, giving Grand Theft Auto 5 a 6 out of 10. That's crazy. That is insanity. But yeah, that is an old game, still racking up sales on the charts. Crash Bandicoot: The Insane Trilogy came in number 4. ARMS, number 5. That's pretty crazy. That's really, I mean, damn. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8. What is these asterisks? Titles marked with an asterisk do not include digital sales. Okay. I mean, I love Grand Theft Auto 5, the campaign, but I sold it back to GameStop here recently because I just wasn't playing anymore. I never got into the online mode, but apparently, you know, if you get into Grand Theft Auto 5 online and you really immerse yourself within that world, I think it could be a blast. But I just never did. I kind of wish I did. There's a lot of games that I wish that I would have gotten into a little bit more. Grand Theft Auto 5 being one of them, but it just, I don't know. There's so many other experiences to get into, so it's hard for me to like just sink hour after hour after hour into one game. But yeah, still selling a lot. But I do love the fact that Nintendo Switch has 3 of the top 10 there, and that doesn't even include digital sales, which is pretty crazy. But then again, how many people buy Nintendo games digitally at this point? I don't feel like that they do yet. Maybe some of those like indie titles. Overwatch still selling strong. NBA 2K17 and Horizon Zero Dawn. You're right about that. I forgot that they made the modding illegal, and yeah, that sank a lot of their Steam scores. So it's funny to look at. So like if you look at the Xbox One games, Grand Theft Auto 5 is the number 2 selling game still on the Xbox One. That's pretty crazy. It's number 4 for the PS4. We are spoiled for choices these days. So not much point in playing GTA Online. Too many other. You're totally right about that, Cran. Like we have a multitude of choices at this point in our gaming lives. We have too many choices, if you ask me. There was a point in games history where, you know, and I go back to when I was a younger gamer, and I completed a lot of my games. Now, there was a reason for me why I completed them, because there just wasn't a whole lot of other choices out there. Now there's so many more choices, so I'll buy a game, and then I'll go down to the store and buy another game, and I hadn't even opened the other game that I just bought. I have a really bad habit about that. I'm trying to get better. I've been going to my, like, you know, what would you call it? Like video game it's not, it wouldn't be alcoholics, but video game. We got to come up with a name for this, guys. What could be the name for like your horrible backlog, like Video Game Backlog Anonymous or something like that? The VBA. I'm definitely like got to be the head of the VBA because I have so many games in my backlog that I never beat. So you're right. You're Andrew. You know I love that word. Come on now. Every once in a while, you gotta say it. Definitely the GTA multiplayers are cunts. There's a lot of them on there, that's for sure. And I like how Cran immediately pointed up to and said yes. Video game binge gaming. Yeah, you're right about that. And yeah, the N64 days, those games were way spread out. N64 days, it was really bad. If you only had a Nintendo 64, it was a bad time for you as a gamer because you got a game like once every. It felt like 4 months that was actually a good game. So, but the N64, obviously, it's a great system. We all have fond memories in our hearts of that game system, but the release schedule was really bad. But yeah, we've got to come up with a name. We got to come up with a name for our backlog that's terrible. But I'm really bad about it. Trying to get better. I was about to buy Yakuza 0 yesterday because it was on a Best Buy sale for $39.99, and I didn't do it. My girlfriend was very proud of me, which actually I think she wasn't so much proud of me as like she was ready to cut me if I bought another video game. So she definitely was about to cut me. You're right. All we needed was GoldenEye, Super Mario 64, and Mario Kart. In my opinion, that's all we really needed. And GoldenEye, good God, the amount of hours I plunked into GoldenEye back in the day, it was so much fun. And the fact that you had to have your 4 friends, 3 other friends and yourself in the room together playing 4-player, it was so great. Those days were so great. We don't really get in the room, same rooms at least, to play games with one another anymore. That's definitely a lost art in video games, a lost time, but it's making a comeback slightly. Games like Overcooked and A Way Out that's coming out next year, making you have to play couch co-op as opposed to online co-op. I think it's a good thing. So I think that's really cool. The top 10 Switch games, Legend of Zelda is still up there. The rest of it, you're just kind of like Cars 3, Driven to Win. This is when you know that the Switch does not have a lot of good games for it. When Cars 3, Driven to Win is your number 7 top selling game on your system. But that's okay. They're coming. They're coming, Switch. They're coming. And look at this. This is one of the more intriguing ones. Top 10 selling games for the 12-month period. This one is very telling, in my opinion, of how popular Call of Duty Infinite Warfare still is. The Call of Duty brand. The fact for the 12-month period, Call of Duty is still the number 1 selling game. That's ridiculous, folks. Like, if I go to Twitch right now, so if I just go to Twitch, what's crazy, the craziest thing about this is that, let me mute this person. So we go to the top games, right? So we're looking at them. This is the list right here for the top games. Do you see Call of Duty anywhere? I don't. Where's it at? Where's Call of Duty at? I mean, you gotta go all the way down to Black Ops 3. Wait a sec. That isn't even Black Ops. That's Infinite Warfare. What the crap? That's not even the most recent Call of Duty game, is it? Infinite Warfare is like old as dirt. Yeah, that's like an old game. I thought Black Ops 3 was their most recent one. You certainly don't see Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. You see at least Black Ops 3. There's 1,572 viewers right now. But then you see a game like Overwatch, and Overwatch is number, whatever that is, 7, somewhere around there, with 20,000 viewers. But yet it's number 10. That doesn't include the digital sales, though. I bought Overwatch digitally. I think a lot of people bought Overwatch digitally as well. So, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, number 9. I forgot about that, Andrew. You make a very good point. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is only there because of Modern Warfare Remaster. You had to get Infinite Warfare. Yep, you sneaky Activision bastards on that one. Sneaky, sneaky. But I will say, sorry, you did miss out on a good convo there, Casual Kelly. You missed out on a good convo. We had a lot of fun talking about Nintendo 64 games and all these top-selling games for June 2017. The crazy thing about if you look at the systems, Sony crushed. Sony crushed. Like, you can see the full report here. Let's see. Does it say what? No, it doesn't tell you like the numbers. I don't know why it doesn't tell you the numbers. Yeah, for the second straight month, good lord, with the pop-ups GameSpot. PS4 leads hardware sales among consoles. So yeah, so the PS4 reigns supreme, and as far as the games, Tekken 7 apparently reigns supreme. Well, I am all out of coffee, guys. Not coffee, tea. Why do I always think I drink coffee? I think it's because we call these coffee mugs. I think that's what it is. But I'm all out of tea, so that means that is the end of Video Games and Tea, episode 13 for July 21st, 2017. I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your day. Keep playing games. What did you say, Andrew? That's not the worst part. You had to buy the deluxe edition that was $90 and you couldn't play it without having Infinite Warfare on your dashboard. Yeah, I mean, Activision certainly didn't do themselves any favors with that whole debacle of getting the Modern Warfare remastered. That was terrible. Because Moms and I, we watched the trailer yesterday for Call of Duty, the new Nazi Zombies game, and it looks so good. It looks fantastic. And you know, it's hard to trust. It's hard to trust Activision. It's so hard to trust their ass to not screw us over. So, but that Nazi Zombies looks so freaking good, and I really want to plunk down money for it, but I really don't want to buy like the full World War II game just yet. And I think next week we're gonna look at all the World War II stuff. Hey, Cran, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by on the channel. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Yeah, so next week I think we'll dive into all the Call of Duty World War II stuff and the zombies. But for the meantime, if you want to see our trailer reaction, our thoughts on Nazi Zombies, you can go to our YouTube channel. It is not Rantpocalypse, but it's Old Ass Casuals. Rantpocalypse is our other YouTube channel where you can check out our TV show recaps and reviews, trailer reactions to movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So thanks so much for hanging out with me, you guys. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. If you want to catch me, I will be back on Rantpocalypse here shortly to chit-chat all the Comic-Con news and stuff. So thanks again. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day.